All right, welcome everyone. Today we'll discuss chapter 3, organizational behavior classes using a book called Organizational Behavior by 9 editions by Langton. This is copyright by Pearson. So this owned by, in terms of copyright, this slide is owned by Pearson Canada, okay? All right, let's start the first chapter outline, which is in terms of values. We have assessing cultural values. We have values in Canadian workplace. We have attitudes, we have managing diversity in the workplace, okay? And then let's look at the dive in terms of the learning objective. There are about 7 of them, okay? Contrast, Rockit's terminal instrument values, describe Hodgson's general moral principle, and Hofstede value dimensions. Number 3, identify 2 causes of conflicting values for people in the Canadian workplace. Number 4, describe the 3 components of an attitude and how they affect organizational performance, okay? And number 5, summarize the main cause and consequences of job satisfaction and the 4 employee response to job satisfactions. Number 6, describe how the organization can manage diversity effectively. Number 7, identify the benefits of cultural differences. Okay? We will look at this slowly, piece by piece, step by step. The values, okay? Let's look at the first values. There's about 3 slides here. Values are the basic conviction that specify mode of conduct or a state of existence that is personally or socially preferable to an opposite or converse mode of conduct or an end of state of existence. Concept or belief that guide how we make decisions about the evaluations of behaviors and events. Value system is hierarchy based on the ranking. Let me just go back. Uh, describe describe the components of attitude and how they affect the organic performance. That's number 4. Okay. Number 5, we summarize the scores and consequences of job satisfactions and for employees' responses to job dissatisfactions. Number 6, describe how organization can manage diversity effectively. Number 7, identify the benefit of cultural intelligence. That's why. And let's look at the third one, the values here. The values are the basic convictions that a specific mode of conduct or end of state of existence is personally or socially preferable to an opposite converse mode of conduct or end of existence. The concept or belief that guides how we make decisions in terms of evaluation of behavior or events. Value system is a hierarchical based on a ranking of individual value in terms of diversity. What are the values? Okay, there's 2 framework of understanding of value. The first one called Milton Rokiach Value Survey. We call it abbreviation by RVS. And the second one, Ken Hudson's General Moral Principle. Research, Rockit's RVS. The type of value, which is terminal value, are goals that individual would like to achieve during their lifetime. For example, you want to be a manager for one of the top Fortune 500 company. That is the type of values. Instrumental. Values are preferable ways of behaving. Excuse me. The importance of value. Value actually influence attitude and behavior. Right, let me just get a sip of water as well. In assessing the cultural values, there are 6 slides on this particular site. All right, ethics, the Hodgson General Moral Principle. What are they? Let me just go back. All right, let's discuss these values. Assessing values, okay. Hodgson General Moral, go back here. Hodgson General Moral Principle. Ethic is the study of moral values or principles that guide our behavior and inform us whether our actions are right or wrong. Ethical values are related to moral judgments about right and wrong. Okay. Hofstede framework assessing culture is power distance, individual versus collectivism. This is the West versus the East. This is a good example. In the West, we are mostly based on individualism. In the East, is the other way around, collectivism. The masculinity versus femininity. Hofstede framework for assessing culture, uncertainty avoidance, long-term versus short-term orientations. The American long-term goal versus the Japanese the other way around actually. Long-term goal of the Japanese companies versus the short-term a goal for the American Fortune 500 companies. Recently, Hofstede has added six dimensions: indulgent versus restraint. And in Hofstede culture dimension of country with most immigration to Canada, which is we have seen it in Canada, okay? Power distance, individualism, masculinity, assertivity, long-term orientation, as well as indulgence. The Globe Framework Assessing Cultures, the Global Leadership and Organizational Behavior Effectiveness, the Globe Research Program identify 9 dimensions which national culture differs. The Globe Framework for Assessing Cultures, such as some Globe dimensions, resemble Hofstede dimensions such as power distance, individualism, collectivism, uncertainty, avoidance. The Globe Framework added dimensions such as human orientation and performance orientation. Values in the workplace is the two major factors lead to particular class of values in the workplace, such as general differences and cultural differences. The 8 they are exhibited here in exhibit 3.2. The 8 generation of merging in the workplace. There's generations such as builders, boomers, Gen X, senior. It has all different kind of different perception in the workplace, okay? There's millennial, Gen Y, Xennial, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. So these are the things. So I guess some of you gonna belong to Xennial, some of you gonna be Gen Y. It depends, okay? Like mine mostly is the boomer side, workaholic, who release. This is an example illustration. This illustration illustrates stellar management and multi-generation workplace by knowing the context of each employee. So these are not just based on the generation. The age are as follows, okay? Builders such as builders earn your way to the hard work promotions and your way to hard promotions and advancement due to tenure and productivity, okay? Due to tenure, distrust less in the workplaces. My generation was the boomer side, workaholic who released long weeks and overtime regarded as an excellent member. 50% of the country says they are good team players, work well in the other side. Others. For Gen X, is the 70% of the country says they are the best overall workers, able to judge work, family, etc. Consider the biggest revenue generators. Okay. For Essential is highly adaptive, able to judge different point of views, have strong opinions, but less vocal than millennials. But with coaching and can leverage their unique point of view. For millennial Gen Y, independent workers work at the companies with social responsibility initiative. They know how to source information on their own. Xennial use social media for everything. Pragmatic, self-taught, resourceful, subdivision me. Okay, that's the key. General. Genuine life parenthesis driven, status success, hype right potentials, and genuine life parenthesis driven by sustainability. Okay. Gen Z. Gen Z is 72% is Geners, want to be entrepreneurs, always on, employees able to multitask and multiple skill. Meanwhile, Gen Alpha is after 2015, they will be in your workplace in just a couple of years. Most educated generation as tech savvy. AI is their reality. Social media will be the dominant form of interaction. So each generation have different cultural value, as you see here. That's basically what it is. Excuse me. Generational differences. JB boomers born mid 1940 and 60. Achievement and material success are very important. Sense of accomplishment and social recognition rank high with them. Pragmatism, who believe ends can justify the means. This is for baby boomers. Okay. Let me just set here. And then general differences. General X, born in 60s, 70s, value flexibility, life option, achievement, job satisfaction, family and relationship are very important, less willing to make personal sacrifice for the sake of their employers than the boomers. The difference, millennial born 94, high expectations, meaning in their work, tend to be questioning electronic network, entrepreneur, socially responsibly. Okay, the difference is that Canada is a multicultural places where each newcomer in Canada bring with them values, belief, and system, and work ethic that may not be the same as yours. Cultural differences, many positive outcomes have resulted from Canada's evolving multicultural landscape. Rich diversity of thought and perspective is generated in our workplace, dialogues, and decision making. Unfortunately, negative tension exists as well. Racism and assault have risen. And we have seen this negative tension exist between the Palestinian supporter versus the Jewish supporter when there's a clash in Middle East. We also seen during the COVID there's a rise of a rising attack of the Asian Canadian or Asian American across North America as well as in Europe and Australia. Indigenous language spoken in Canada is a good example. The main families of Aboriginal language spoken from Algonquin all the way to Inuit. Okay, so this gives you an idea of the people spoke in Aboriginal language in their home. Okay, this is a long map. Shows you most family in South Canada speak Algonquin language in Central and West Canada. Athabasca language are spoken. Wakasan language are spoken in Victoria. Salish language are spoken in south of British Columbia. Some part of Victoria. Siouan language are spoken in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Tsimshian language are spoken in West British Columbia, and English are spoken in north side of the Canada. Other Aboriginal languages are spoken at a handful of locations. It also says that in 2016, 22875 people spoke an Aboriginal language at home. Okay. Attitudes. Attitudes are positive or negative feelings concerning object and people or events reflect how we feel about something okay? Attitude can affect job behavior. And the components of attitude such as cognitive component is the opinion or belief or segment. Affective is a component is the emotional or feeling or segment. Behavioral component is an attention to behave in a certain way towards someone or something. The attitude here in Exhibit 3.4 compensating attitudes such as cognitive or evaluation. My supervisor, example, gave a promotion to a coworker who deserved it less than me. My supervisor is unfair. That's a evaluation. Affective feeling, I dislike my supervisor. Okay. I'm looking behavior action. I'm looking for other work. I complain about my supervisor to anyone who listens. And this is negative attitude toward supervisor. Okay. Give you an idea what it is, what it is supposed to be in terms of attitudes. The step, cognitive affective behavior. The important attitudes that affect organizational performance, such as job satisfaction, organizational commitment, job involvement, percival support, and employee engagement. Okay. Job satisfaction is a positive feeling about job resulting from evaluation of its characteristic. Happiness is linked to job satisfaction and is good idea for organization to review their happiness report to determine how to address any negative feelings, employee, and experience at work. Okay, give you an idea. Ranking of happiness, number 1 is Finland, all the way to 20 Belgium. Canada is under 14 in terms of happiness. Attitudes, what causes job satisfaction? A strong correspondence between how well people enjoy social context of their workplace and how satisfied they are overall. Interdependence, feedback, social support, interaction, and others. Okay. Key source of job satisfaction such as the work itself, pay advancement opportunities, supervision, co-workers, and the work itself, and is almost always more strongly correlated with high level of job satisfactions. Key source of job satisfaction continue. Okay, once a person reaches a level of comfortable living in the relation between pay and satisfaction, which will disappear. People with positive self-celebration believe in their inner worth and basic competence and are more satisfied with their work. The average job satisfaction level by phases. This is again example work itself. Percentage is one of the highest here. Okay. The proximate data here, work itself 70%, pay is about 58%, promotion 29%, supervision 65%, co-worker 69%, overall about 78%. So this gives you an idea of the things. Attitudes. Job satisfaction affect individual productivity, organizational productivity, organizational citizen behavior, customer satisfaction, and life satisfaction. Attitudes. Job satisfaction affects Both individual and organizational productivity, such as happy workers, are more likely to be productive workers. Generalized across internal contexts, organizational results also show the organization more satisfied employees tend to be more effective. Attitudes. OCB are discretionary behavior that are not part of an employee formal job requirements. Job success is a major of an employee OCB due to fairness perception, good mood. Satisfied employee, okay. Satisfied employee increase customer satisfaction, likely more likely to be friendly, upbeat, and responsive. If it lasts to be for turnover. So if you have a good, happy employee, you have more likely to have uh, less, uh, less turnover. Customer receive experience help and familiar with faces. Okay. Until now, we have treated job satisfaction as it is separate from life satisfaction, but they are be more related than what you may think. Research in Europe indicate that job satisfaction is positively correlated with the life satisfaction, and your attitudes and experience in life spill over into your job approaches as well as experiences. How we can express dissatisfaction? By going exit. Dissatisfaction expressed by actively attempting to leave an organization. We voice as a dissatisfaction expressed by actively and constructively attempting to improve the conditions. Employalty is dissatisfaction expressed by passively waiting for conditions to improve. And neglect dissatisfaction expressed by passively allowing conditions to worsen. We're gonna look at this one in terms of the responses to job satisfactions. Okay, two particular lines are labeled as active at the top, passive at the bottom. Passive at the bottom. Okay. Destruction on the left and construction on the left. Destructive on the left, construction on the right. The response provided the four quarters created by perpendicular lines are as follows. Top left quarter exit, top right quarter voice, bottom right quarter loyalty, bottom right quarter neglect. Loyalty, neglect, exit, voice. This is based on the source of when we can get the blues. Do not apply social psychologies, okay? Counterproductive behaviors. CWB are actions that active damage the organization include stealing, behaving aggressively toward coworkers, or being late or absent. Generally, just dissatisfaction predicts CWB. One important point about CWB is that dissatisfied employees often choose one or more of these behavior due to these factors. Organic commitment is the degree to which an employee identifies with a particular organization and its goal and wishes to maintain membership in the organization. Attitudes. Three types of commitment. Effective commitment is an individual emotional attachment to an identification with an organization and belief in its value. Normative commitment is the obligation individual feels to stay within an organization. Continuous commitment is an individual calculation to stay with an organization based on the perceived cost of living the organizations. Job involvement is the degree to which a person identified with job actively participates in it, consider performance important to self-worth. Psychological empowerment is employee belief in the degree to which they affect their work environment, their competence, and the meaningful of their job, and their perceived autonomy. Perceived organization support is the degree to which the employee believe an organization value their contribution and care about their well-being. Employee perceived the organization as supportive when rewards are deemed fair, employees have voice in decision, employees view their supervision as supportive. Employee engagement is an involvement with satisfaction with or enthusiasm for the work individual do. It's highly engaged employees that have passion for their work and feel for deep connection to the company. Firms that have employees with higher level of engagement tend to see positive results such as higher customer satisfaction, more productive employees, higher profits, and lower level of turnover and accidents. So in managing diversity in the workplace, most of the companies I work for, they have a lot of diversity. In Canada here, organizations can face diversity concern as workplaces become more heterogeneous. Most obvious are biological characters such as age, gender, race, disability, and length of service. Other differences include religion, sexual orientation, and gender identity. Diversity is inability. Okay? May surface level diversity is the difference in easy perceived characteristics such as gender, race, ethnicity, age, gender, or disability. Deep level diversity is the difference in values, personality and work preference that become progressively more important for the similarity as people get to know one another. Affective diversity program include promoting legal framework for equal employment opportunity and encourage the fair treatment of all people. How diverse workplace will be better able to serve a diverse market of customers and clients. Personal development practices that bring out the skill and ability of all workers. C. Cultural intelligence CQ is the ability to understand someone's unfamiliarity and ambiguous culture in the same way as both people from his or her culture. Particularly helpful to expert on international assignment due to being able to be confident about and interested in being new cultural environments. According to Early and Mosakowski, the most may fall into the following cultural intelligence profiles, such as provincial, analyst, natural, ambassador, mimic, assignment. I mostly analyst. This is what I've been trained for the last 40 years. Managing your cultural engineering, this is an example of a way with which you can agree with that, okay? Before I interact and all the details are here, all right? And then measuring cultural differences. This is a typical answer questions, okay? What are the sources and what are the confidence? And then is job tracking is a US concept. Although most of the research on job tracking has been conducted in the US, evidence suggests people in other countries can and do for form judgment of job satisfactions. Are employees in Western culture are more satisfied with their jobs? Employees in the Western culture have higher levels of job satisfaction than those on Eastern cultures. Number three is diversity manage differences across cultures. There are internal differences in how difference is managed. So in summary, guys, one, terminal values are goals that individuals would like to achieve during their lifetime. Instrument values are the preferred modes of behavior used to achieve terminal values. Number two, ethics is the study of moral principles that guide behavior and to inform people whether their actions are right or wrong. Okay. Number three, there are currently 8 generations in Canada: builders, boomers, Gen Z, Zennials, millennial or Gen Y, Gennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. Those are 8 generations. Attitude, number four, attitudes are evaluated. The statement either positive or negative about object or people or events. Job satisfaction is a positive feeling about job resulting from innovation or its characteristic. So, diversity has two layers, which is surface and deep level. Number seven, cultural intelligence is the ability to understand a person familiarity and ambiguous culture in the same way that people from the person culture would. Okay? QB at work, or OB at work. For review, what is the difference between this structured approach and strong value? What are the 5 value dimensions? Okay? What are the values unique to Indian cultures? And these are the review that you need to do during for these chapters. What are the 3 components of an attitude? Are they related to or unrelated? What number 5? What are the key attitudes that affect organizational performance? In what way are these attitudes alike? What unique about each? So you need to follow that questions up. Number 6, what caused the job satisfaction? Okay. Number 7, what outcomes does job satisfaction influence? Okay. Number 8, what are the 4 factors responses to job satisfaction? Number 9, how can organization manage diversity effectively? Number 10, what are the benefits of cultural differences? Okay. In summary, this is OB at work for managers of the major attitudes: job satisfaction, job involvement, organizational commitment, and perceived organizational support POS. Pay attention for your employees for job satisfaction level as determinant of their performance, turnover, abstinence, and withdrawal behaviors. Okay? Measure employee job attitudes objectively. To raise employee satisfaction, evaluate the fit between employees' work interest and intrinsic part of the job. Okay? Considering the fact that high pay alone is unlikely to create a starting work environment, okay? Understand your organization anti-discrimination policy thoroughly and share them with your employees. Look beyond what is observable by characteristic and consider individual capabilities. Okay? Evaluate that what accommodates a person with their disability that need and fine-tune a job that to that person's ability. Seek to understand and respect the unique biological characteristics of each employee. From small group to discuss one topic. These are the key personal group. Identify to which extent value overlap to your group. to uncover the group members, saw some of your key values, parents, peer group, church, teachers, and what kind of workplace would be most valuable that you can hold closely. Okay, that's basically conclude this chapter. I'll post it in YouTube as well as in at Puzzle for your interactive learning. Thank you. Bye bye.